Next up, we have Henry Chibutu from Zambia, again representing Appalachian State University.
Ladies and gentlemen, you see, the blood that runs through our veins is that of royalty. You and I hail from the great line of kings and queens. We claim many things. We claim that Jesus Christ was a black man. We even claim that, you see, the reason why we're here is because we're cut from a different piece of cloth. You see, a story is told of King Herod of old, that after giving a great oration, the audience said back to him, that the voice you've been listening to is not the voice of a man, but a voice of a God. And he was struck with lightning. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a cancer. The problem here is we have this selfish mentality, this self-centeredness. As I began to think about all these things going around in my society, and as I pursued to study my own degree for 5 years, I decided to put my degree aside. Because you see, Africa is plagued with a great cancer. The Democratic Republic of Congo has got an estimated $36 trillion worth of resources in its belly. The president of Cameroon earns 129 times more money than the average civil servant in that country. In my country, Zambia, we're diverting resources and feeding our leaders, enriching them at the expense of what? Employment for the youths. We lack inputs for the farmers. Our factories are closing left, right, center. Our hospitals lack the medical care, medicines that our people need. Now, as we think about all these things, as I sat in the classroom, I saw an obsession with my classmates, not just at my campus, but many other campuses. They had an obsession. They desired three things. You can guess it. They desired money. Number two, more money. Number three, more and more money. What they sought for was to reach the high levels of society, to live in the residential areas and live the good life. I asked myself, who's going to take care of the people in the grassroots? Who's going to help those people that are suffering? You see, it's a cycle. We claim that the people who are rich and influential are not pouring our lives into us, but we do the exact same thing. When we get rich, when we get influential, we take up and sit in our air-conditioned vehicles, pull up our windows, and decide not to greet anyone because we've forgotten where we've come from. Now you see, there are people suffering at the bottom there. There are youths who lack vision, there are youths who lack leadership, there are youths who lack mentorship. In my country, Zambia, 5 out of 10 will not reach grade 12. 2 of these 10 will only reach higher learning institutions. We began a movement that would see many youths changing their lives, taking up scholarships, youths being mentored and having a vision, having a desire to see the following day, because they knew that there is a purpose why they could live. If all of us could move away from a selfish, self-centered mentality and decided to serve other people, if we could imbibe this kind of servant leadership, our communities would not be where they are today. Ladies and gentlemen, like Martin Luther, I've been to the mountain and I've seen the glory of the coming Lord. I want to ask you, I want to make a battle cry. Join me and let us begin a revolution. Let's begin a revolution such that no generation will ever see it again. They will say of us, the ones lived the generation of Mandela Fellows, the ones lived the generation of youths who said that we will not settle for mediocre. They said we will not settle for our own mindset and settle for our own good, but rather we will serve the people around us. Let's plant a seed and let's change our communities. And the world will know, the world will hear about us because we decided to move away from our comfort zones. So, fellows, and Africa watching, and the world watching, won't you join me in your little corners with your different gifts and talents and decide to serve your community, to elevate yourselves, that today you might exalt service above rewards and exalt money. Not money, but exalt people above money. I thank you.